know the theme. 10 keys for an excellent scenario for escape room. So today's webinar is for actually for beginners in that business, or maybe not beginners. Maybe you have one or two escape rooms, you want to build another one. So I will try to help you with that. So my name is Vasily, Time Cost Lab company. Today is the 22nd of October. I hope everybody knows that. So webinars program by points. So first of all, I will tell you who we are. It is needed. I think it is needed for you to understand why am I here telling you something, and who am I? Why am I telling you something? So I'll tell you that. Then will be theoretical part, 10 keys for an excellent scenario. As a tradition, there will be a promo action at the end for all the participants who will be here till the end of our webinar. And the last part, answering the questions. So you can ask all your questions about escape rooms, about scenarios, well, our theme of webinar, about escape rooms, and we will try to answer all of them at the end. So you could write them in the chat now, or maybe now you should listen, you could write them at the end. Okay, and also traditional warning for skeptics. For those who wasn't on the first webinar, I'm just telling that first of all, we're here, we're trying to share the experience we have. So we have built a lot of escape rooms around the world, and we're just telling you what we tried, what we used to do. So first of all, there is no secret, I don't know, key pill that you will eat and everything will be amazing. And I won't say tell you like the simple key that everything will be like that. No, it's hard work. So I will just tell you a lot of things that I think should be useful for you. And another thing about warning is that maybe some of you might think that it is like, why are you telling that? It is a simple thing, I know that. Yes, you might know that, but I will tell you about the common mistakes everyone makes. So just sharing our experience and trying to do useful something useful for you. Okay, so let's start. Big part for the beginning. So who we are? As I said, Time Quest Lab. We are the service company, and we are specializing on building escape rooms. We are 3 years on the market, actually more than 3 years, 3 years and 1 month. And we participated in creating 201 escape room all around the world. So you can see 87 cities or 17 countries, including US, England, let me see, South Korea, in Europe like Spain, England, as I said, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and so on. So by participated, I mean that we wrote scenarios, did electronic part, props, or the whole thing, like both. So yeah, a lot of escape rooms we did. This is the first part, what we're doing now. And actually, to the question, why am I telling you about that? We have our own escape rooms, and all I'm telling is about that we used to do. So it's like experimental thing for us, our own escape rooms. So we are trying a lot of things with that. We have also event companies, so we are doing outdoor quests for companies. So we have a lot of experience, a lot of to tell about. Actually, when we first started, I was working as an electrician, as a worker, builder, I don't know, administrator. So that's why I'm telling you that you could ask any questions about business escape rooms, because we've done a lot of work with that, and so I know something about that. Okay, so I think we should start our theoretical part, our theme about scenarios. Yes, advice number 0, like not the first one, like uh, not the advice, I don't know, one of the main questions. A lot of our customers asking like one question is, do I need a scenario? And actually, this first sentence is from our first webinar, that reviews about your escape room on 50% depends on the scenario. And it is true. So it's really hard to do good escape room on the bad scenario, or even without scenario. And actually, for us, scenario isn't, for some of our customers, they just don't know what scenario is. So for us, scenario equals the instruction how to do. Like, it is the document which you are looking at, and you know what to do, how to do. It's really document you need it. It will be useful. It will save a lot of your time, and as you know, time equals money. So it will save a lot of your money. So answering this question, do you need a scenario for escape room? Yes. It is not just a list of props or puzzles. It is instruction, the big instruction, what will be there. Okay, so I will tell you about another other advices, and you will understand that. Okay, so how to write a good scenario for escape room? Advice number 1. So there has got to be main cool thing, feature in the scenario. I was trying to pick the right word in English, I just didn't find it. Like how to tell about that. Cool thing. What's that word? Feature. I would say that is a special thing that is have to be in your scenario, in your future escape room. So, for example, I will tell you by the points I have here. So when we first started, that there were no escape rooms at all around. So that's why I'm writing here these simple things. Like then escape rooms first started, it was like simple classic laboratories, I don't know, asylums or something like that. After that, horrors came. So fear and some spooky, something like that. So when we started, there were no escape rooms around, as I said, and like one of our first escape rooms was the special thing of this escape room was it was in the whole dark. I mean, it was not just a horror. The first room was like in the total real whole dark. Like you can't see anything. After that, there are a lot of horror escape rooms came. So we were trying to think something new, something like that will be different from what was on the market. And I can tell you that for sure we checked so that we wrote first a scenario of the funny escape room. All our partners from our company were telling that it won't work, it's kind of risky because everybody loves horrors and this fear thing. But we tried, and actually by that moment there were about 100 escape rooms in our city, and this funny escape room just came to the top and was on the top for a real long time because it was something really different, really new. Nobody just did the funny escape room. It was like another fully another emotions for players. So and I'll tell you about that scenario a little bit later. But the main thing, the main feature speciality, I don't know, of that scenario was that it was just funny. So after that, we did escape room and coffins. So you can see photos here. These are we just had a small place, not not for big escape room. So we decided that players will start this escape room in coffins. So in small place, yeah, it is just for two persons, and this is a special thing for that exact escape room. So it works. And the last example I was trying. I'm going to tell you escape room, the same rooms. It's I just didn't find the picture. Quite a cool idea. So we had a scenario time machine called, and the main thing, the main feature of this exact scenario was that people are solving puzzle at the first room. Then at the middle of the space, the whole location space, I mean, is a big can or lift, yeah. And players came there, and after solving all puzzles in the first room, and this lift was turning around, and after doors opened, opens, people are came into the, I mean, to the room, which is looking exactly like the first one, but 30 years before. Like, I don't know if, for example, plant in the past is small, in the modern time it is big, or something like that. Like TV, old TV, and I don't know, good Samsung TV, or it's not a commercial of Samsung. So, and something kind of like that. So the main thing of that scenario is that rooms are the same, but details are fully just different. So first of all, when you are choosing the theme of your scenario, future scenario, I don't know, trying to find what will be there, think about that one special thing, what will be the main idea of your whole scenario. I mean, why? It's like the main question: why players will come to your escape room? Why will it be profitable? So that's the number one advice. Okay, number two advice, almost the same. So there's got to be more, 4 or 5 minimum features, these cool things in your scenario. What do I mean? When you have your main idea, main special thing of your scenario, you are writing the ideas that will be memorable, remembered by the clients, and it will bring your profit. Like players might, I don't know, tell friends, but of course it will be spoiler if they will tell that features to their friends, but it will be such cool things that will give them emotions, and why they will love your escape room. For example, our escape room stack party, so it is our first funny escape room, as I told you before. So these are some of features, cool things in that scenario, in that escape room we are using now actually. So first of all, champagne before entering. So it's a stack party, so there's got to be some alcohol there, for adults of course, so not for kids. Actually, this escape room is not for kids. So actually, this is one of the most every player tells this small cool thing about champagne to their friends, and it is not spoiler. Like, in that escape room before entering, they're giving us some champagne. Woo! So it's not a spoiler, but everybody loves it. There is a real motorcycle in the wall. You can see out on the photo, this is a real motorcycle, real wall, it's there. So, and there are few puzzles on that motorcycle, so it is we are using it in the escape room, so it's like the element of this escape room. Legend. I should talk more about Legend, but we don't have so many time. So in that escape room, Legend is in the is in this idea like it's not just a stack party, so solve the puzzles. No, there is a legend at our groom. Yesterday we were celebrating, and our groom is now preparing to the wedding. So and we just lost the ring yesterday, so we have to find it, and the wedding is in the on 1 hour, so we don't have so much time. Just find it. So why this is why it is so many action there. So Legend is also this cool thing for that escape room. The next two points is just small jokes we wrote in the scenario, but this is what this escape room exactly consists of. So one of these jokes is there is a wardrobe, and in this wardrobe there is a sexy dress of housemaid, and there is a small note there, just written "Put me on." So this is not a puzzle. This is nothing. But you cannot imagine how it is funny then players are just putting it on, and it is funny for them. It is funny for administrators. It is just this little cool thing that's making this scenario, this escape room, better. So and there are a lot of some kind of small stuff there, which is just jokes and people just spending their time there, like receiving emotions, good emotions. The same thing about the bracelets for two players. Before entering, two players are just connected by bracelets, with fur, this sexy thing also. So and the first 10 minutes before they find the key, they are just two of the players just connected and going everywhere together. So it's just a funny thing too. Karaoke. This is like the main puzzle, the main thing. Actually maybe not the main idea of this escape room is that it is funny. Maybe this karaoke thing is the main thing, because it's quite cool puzzle that then one player comes to the shower, he closed the door, and the lights just turned off, and there is a disco ball starting to moving. Another lights just lighting like red, blue, green, and there is a karaoke starting. So he have to sing to the shower, and another part that it is in that room, not in the shower. There are other players staying, and there is a big TV screen. So and they see this whole action live. So and they in that moment they are just laughing and just I don't know, this having a lot of emotions, but they have to solve this puzzle at the same time. So it's quite cool. So at the time you are writing this scenario, you should think about this kind of small things that will be special in your scenario and will make your escape room special. So think about that. Actually, I didn't put it here how to write the ideas, but if you want, I will tell you a little bit later at the part of questions about that. So here is just main advices. Advice number 3: escape room have to be in one style. What is it about? I mean, imagine, I don't know, like the Maniac escape room, the horror escape room about Maniac, and I don't like such situations. Then you are playing and there is a math riddle there, math puzzle riddle. So why? Why should Maniac leave math riddle in his room? What is that? I don't know. Or imagine like pirate theme and there is a laptop there. No, there is. It is not correct. It's not right. So the whole your escape room have to be in one style, and you can solve this task at the process of writing scenario. So what does it concern? As I said, first of all, you're picking the theme of your escape room. So name of your escape room should be connected with the theme. Actually, name is really important part because name is what written on your website, and this is like if you have a lot of escape rooms, the name and the photo is or picture is like first instrument why your customers will choose exactly your escape room. So name is a really important part. Okay, theme, name, legend. Like there has got to be some story as a next point, and it's have to be in the style of your escape room. So it have to be like together in one style. I don't have to say puzzles. What I told you before about the laptop in Pirates theme or math riddle in the manic horror escape room, something kind of like that. So your puzzles have to be at the style of your whole escape room. Don't forget about that. Entourage. Um, this is the same thing about I told you before right now, but also if there are like a lot of electronic puzzles in your escape room, often mm, some builders of escape rooms forget about that part to make it beautiful. What I mean, you have a lot of electronic puzzles and you have wires. And if you have a pirate theme, try to, I don't know, how somehow to hide your wires because it's not good that there are wires on the pirates. What's the word in the pirate theme? Okay, so the whole entourage, the whole your walls, I don't know, ceiling, it have to be in one style with your escape room. Also, audio, video, and one of the for us we are really worried about that. The clues from administrator. Uh, Imagine like as we talking before. This maniac theme, this horror escape room, and you have an administrator, pretty girl, and players asking for some clues, and this girl with her pretty voice, nice, sweetie, just trying to tell them some clue by through the microphone. Like it won't be in the theme of the maniac room because she will tell them like this with her high, pretty voice. Actually, in our when we are doing electronic puzzles for our partners, in our system, in our software, there are a universal system of for giving the clues, and it consists of audio, video, clues, text, clues, all that thing with timers and so on. But actually, we're using it if partners wants. But for some of escape rooms, we're using like different instruments, different. I don't know if it's a maniac. It's if it is about coffins, yeah, escape rooms when they have a small place. The players have a mobile phone there, and they have to really send the messages. So it's in the style, in the theme of this escape room. Also, I don't know, in the stack party escape room. I won't tell you what is there, but it's different from the microphone clues. So for each theme, for each escape room, you can choose different instruments and different I don't know ways to give it a clue, and it will be in that exact theme of the escape room. Okay, and the last, but it's not the what to say. Not the really important part, but it might be very cool if you will add that reception. What do I mean? We have there are some companies on the market that are. I'll tell you two examples. One of the company I know, they called it. They called themselves hotel, and their position is that they have only horror escape rooms, only horrors. So, and then you came on their location. There are few escape rooms. Every one is fear, and the reception is made like reception of the hotel, but in the whole dark, and there are some kind of red lights there, and the administrator is like I don't know with a white face telling you with such a voice like you might come there. So like the whole entourage of the reception is telling us that you are now going to the horror escape room. So and this is the theme, the style of the whole company. So that's quite cool. So players love this company for that. Or I know the second example in Moscow, I saw that escape room. The theme was about the casino. So and there are different escape rooms in. I mean, different escape rooms there, but the whole every time it is casino. But I don't know. One is a poker room, another one is roulette. The third one is the safe with a lot of money. The fourth is VIP for VIP persons, and but the whole location is made like a casino, and you came in there, and you can choose escape room for playing. So it's a good instrument, but it's not so necessary. But if you are using it, it will be cool. Okay, let's go. The fourth advice. Okay, escape room is got to be is have to have an interesting story. So there has got to be a story in the escape room. So you're writing the scenario actually. So there has got to be a story, and what am I telling about? At least once players have to be surprised. So there has got to be some twists, some turnovers, like the story is have to be developed somehow. So players have to know like new facts, new info about that exact character or that exact room. I don't know. So about that story, something new. But the second advice: don't overdo it. So 80% of the time, players are solving puzzles. It is true. So if you will write, I don't know, 7 books for your escape room scenario, it won't work because of the next advice. So I put here the picture of relations between characters in Game of Thrones. So there are a lot of surprises in that serial, yeah. So in each series, but the thing is that I'm looking here, and at the 7th season, they are telling me that something about the character which were doing something at the 2nd season, and I'm trying to remember, and it is really hard to do. But this is a movie; it's okay. And in the escape room, First of all, your players have just 1 hour, so they don't have a time to read a lot of information, books about your escape room, about that character, about his whole story, watching, I don't know, six movies of Star Wars before that to know what is going now here on that spaceship or something kind of like that. So people are solving puzzles. There's got to be an interesting story with some twists and turnovers, but don't overdo it. And the last advice here: why shouldn't you overdo it? Because to tell a story, often escape room makers using texts, audios, and videos. And believe me, it's not a good idea to watch a video at the escape room for 5 minutes. It's a really bad idea. So, on my experience, I don't know, like videos have to be not more than, I don't know, 30 seconds because video might be a little bit interesting. Audios might be not more than 20 seconds. And text not more than 5 lines because nobody loves to read. Okay, one player will be reading, others will be searching something and solving puzzles, so that won't work. So don't think about it in that way. Don't write Game of Thrones for your for your escape room. Okay, what next? Oh, I have to say sorry. Yeah, some kind of a commercial at the middle of our webinar. So, yeah, sorry, it will be short. I will try. Some of our products, I will be quick. Audit for your scenario. Like you have a problem, you're beginning just, or you're just wanted to build an escape room. So you don't know how to start, or you wrote something, it seems good, but you're not sure, or it's hard to estimate the budget for that. So I'm giving you a solution. You can give us your scenario, and we'll do the professional audit for that and give you all our recommendations. So if you want, we could write a non-disclosure agreement, so your scenario won't go anywhere. Believe me, we wrote, I don't know, more than 50 scenarios, I don't know, ton of hours spent on that, so we don't need any scenarios. So price for the audit is $50. This is just for us to check your scenario, to find the mistakes, missing places, spaces, and to give to you our recommendations. And also another product, we can edit your scenario, but here price is really depends on what you have now. So in some ways, like really our customers giving us scenario, one list of paper with a list of puzzles. That is not a scenario, as I told you before. So it won't work in this way. And after the audit, we are looking at the work we have to do, and there will be a price. What's the price for the editing your scenario? Actually, on that picture, we are writing our first scenario. So at the center is me, and on the right, my partners of our business, and on the left is our one of our scenario writers. So we wrote it, I don't know, for a few weeks actually. So it was really hard work. We did it. So actually, I didn't put that on the advices too. So, but if you want it, I can share our experience about that too. You can ask me this question: how to write in the team and how to not kill each other. So there is some secrets and tips. So if you have a team, if you have partners, and you really want to write your own scenario, ask me. I will tell you on our last part how some tips how to do that. And in our product, if you don't want to worry about the scenario, you can just buy the scenario from our company. the price is $900. We have a lot of scenarios that already built, like checked. Players love it, so there is a big list. I think not all the scenarios that we have are here, so you can choose. We'll give you the full scenario, a lot of photos, a lot of descriptions, video of walkthrough of that scenario. So it will be really, like as I told you before, it will be instruction how to do your scenario. And for our partner, we are giving our consultations. So um, you might not worried about that. I will just give you a scenario and forget about that. No, the main idea of our company is to give you a possibility to build a really cool escape room, and we will be like partners at the future. You will offer, not offer, you will buy from us another scenarios or electronics. So that was about our products. Coming back to our theme of our webinar. So advice number 5, puzzles. So we came here, like everybody knows that is the main part. Okay, let's talk about puzzles. First of all, I want to tell you that puzzles consist of 2 parts. First part is a question, and another part is an answer. So output and input, it is for players. I mean, so they are getting the output, so something they get in information, and input is like they have to get this info, solving thing, understanding. They have to put it somewhere. So first thing, I didn't wrote it here, but I will tell you. So my idea is that puzzle have to be constructed so players have to think about that. Like in the real life, imagine that situation that you're having some instrument, yeah, and you're walking through your house and trying to find something to fix. It doesn't work that way. So in real life, first, I don't know, you see the door which is not opens correctly. After that, you see the small part on the bottom which is broken. You understand how to fix that, and you are taking the instrument, you are fixing that. So first you see the question, you think how to solve it, you take in the answer and put it in, you're taking the instrument and put it in as the answer. The same thing is with the puzzles. So players have to think, don't forget about that. Not just take this, put here, or I got the key, I have to open this lock. Oh, lock opened, in the box another key. Oh, this key opens that lock. No, this is a bad example for puzzles for escape room. Okay, so this is the first part. Second advice, puzzles. Do you remember that advice about the style, about the party theme and laptop, math riddle and maniac theme? Puzzles have to be in the theme of the escape room. So I told you before all about that. Design. Here I have to talk not about just design of the exact puzzle. What I was going to tell you about the second part, the answer, the input. Like you have a cool puzzle, I don't know, some kind of a labyrinth or I don't know, big device you have, and it looks cool. The design is I don't know, great, and everything is all right. You have to think to solve it. But at the end you get the answer, I don't know, 3, 4, 1, like the numbers. So it is okay, but you have repeating. You have a cool device, cool puzzle. You have to think how to solve it. But at the end you have numbers 4, 5, 2. and players have to just use a combination lock to use this number for combination lock to open it. Like, you have cool puzzle, but at the end you have just simple combination lock. This is not just a cool thing. So design have to be great at the every step. Use these numbers like in some other way. For some reasons you can use the combination locks and control panels, but in some escape rooms, like imagine, I don't know, kids theme, like some kind of a fairy tale. What is the combination lock doing in the fairy tale? it's a bad idea. But you have numbers for free too, and kids you might use just the knocking sensor, put it on the in the door, and the answer for that puzzle will be to knock at the door. That sequence of numbers, like 4 times, 3 times, 2 times. So you're not using the combination lock, you're using some kind of a magic, fairy tale, and door opens. That was about the design on every step of your puzzle, on step of question, on step of answer. Feasible for engineers. Great advice, great problem, great mistake. I mean, not even beginners, professional scenario writers make this mistake because they make this mistake because of other reason. But look at the scenario we have in that way, that the story might be really cool. The, I don't know, design might be really cool too, and everything got to be all right. You have like spaceship escape room, and in this scenario there is written that there is got to be an rocket, or I don't know, UFO in the middle of a room flying. Okay, great idea, great puzzle, great prop, everything is great, but how will you do that? How will your engineers construct that thing? Okay, they will construct that. How much will it cost? It will be really expensive. It will be crazy. So think about that at the time you are writing or you are checking the scenario. So the puzzles have to be in your budget, in your price, in your, I don't know, common sense. Okay, so actually that is a problem of professional scenario writers, which is working like freelancers, because they are just writing scenario, giving you that, and they don't mind like how you will do that. Like, scenario is great, yes, no questions, but what's the price? Okay, so next advice: logic and the puzzle could be solved. Yeah, no, it's like common sense. So your puzzle, you have to think something, and you should solve it by the time. So it have to be logic. It's not logic to, I don't know, put the slippers into the microwave. Yeah, so it won't be logic. Maybe you can write a scenario there. It will be logic. Yeah, there is some kind of a scenarios there that kind of weird things can be, but at the, I don't know, common room, it's not logic. So not only about that, but I hope you understand. And the last thing about that is that action shouldn't be too complicated and boring. By that I mean there is a lot of riddles that, I don't know, players have to find some book, that kind of a book, and at the first page there are some kind of some symbols and letters. Symbol equals letter, and there is a 500 pages more, and you have to find all the symbols, right order of them, and you will get a sentence in the end. Okay, great. I have to spend a lot of time to read this 500 pages book. It is boring. It took a lot of my time. I don't like to solve that kind of puzzle in escape room, because in escape room I'm coming for getting emotions, not reading books. So use some puzzles, or not puzzles, riddles. Their players have to do something interesting. I don't know. They have to jump, have to dance, or have to sing in the shower, something kind of like that. Teamwork is very important. So teamwork is every time is a success. So use puzzles. There is teamwork needed. The last advice here, you might think about that it is opposite that I said just before. Make your escape room complicated, but no, I will tell you. First advices was about just puzzles, puzzle thing, but this is about the scenario, full scenario. What do I mean? When you are building escape room, make it complicated, because then you will test it with players, with first teams and groups. You will see like that you have problems, that this puzzle is too complicated, this too simple, these they are just no logic at all. They don't understand what is going on here, and so on. So you will have a list of mistakes to fix. But if you will write really simple scenario with 5 puzzles, it will be really hard work. Actually, it's impossible to do it harder after these first test groups. But if you will make your whole escape room complicated with like hard puzzles to solve, don't mind about the previous advice. So you will see that this puzzle is really complicated. So I need somehow to add the clue, some info in that escape room. So it's really easy to add some clue in the escape room, and to simplify your escape room. It's really easy, but from simple escape room make the hard one, or common normal one. It's an impossible task. Okay, what's the time? 1 hour. We have just 5 advices. Need to hurry up. Advice number 6. There is always got to be a motivation, as on this picture. So then I'm playing the escape room. I just wanted to know, why am I here? What am I doing? Why am I just need to do that? So in every escape room there has got to be a motivation. Why am I going to finish that game? So, and in every game it might be different motivations. Like in the horror escape room, of course you have to somehow get out from that maniac and so on. But in some other escape rooms, I don't know, kids theme, superheroes, you have to save the planet. So there's got to be like concrete motivation. You have to do that. In the room also. So you have to, if you have a few rooms in your escape room, in each room there's got to be a motivation. That I don't know. If you are, for example, it's from my mind, spaceship, alien theme. First room is some kind of capsules, yeah. So first room, you understand that you have to somehow get out from there. Second room, so yeah, you have a motivation, you have to get out. Second room, control center, and it is broken by somehow, I don't know. So you have the motivation to fix it. You have to do some puzzles that by the end will fix this control panel. Third room, I don't know, there is an alien, you have to kill him, or I don't know, or doing something else. So motivation. There have to be a goal, so you have to know what what you are doing, what are you playing, and what you have to do at the end. That's small but important advice. So next advice, yeah, rooms have to be different. Um, Remembering, yeah, first advice about the same rooms at one escape room, but remember that time machine. But that's not about actually the same thing. I mean, that is speciality. That is the feature of this escape room. That rooms are exactly the same, but there are so many different details that they are different. But in that advice here, I want to tell you that it is a really good instrument to use. That rooms should be different. Like if you will take the theme, I don't know, Sherlock Holmes, yeah, some kind of detective story, and there will be three same rooms. Like you solve some puzzles in the first room, second room is the same, you solve some puzzles there, and the third room, like you found who is the crime, who who did the crime. So there would be no like action, no moving forward. Do like I don't know. First is the apartment of Sherlock Holmes. Second is laboratory, and third one is I don't know this something else. It seems different. These pictures are actually our own escape room asylum. So you can see the first room is the patient's room. Um, it is in the bright white colors, white and blue. It is there are really bright lights. I don't know. After spending half an hour, so players spending half an hour there solving puzzles, or maybe a little bit more, 40 minutes. You have really like bright white spots on your eyes because it's really like everything white and so on. And after that, you are coming to the second room, the doctor's room, and everything is brown. There is a leather sofa, chair, books, I don't know, table, clocks. So, like, completely different. And in that escape room, players getting like the biggest emotions in the time they're opening the door between these rooms. So they were just spending half an hour in that bright white room, opening another, and just wow, where are we? So it's just a surprise for them. So completely something completely different. It changes the way of the game. So advice is how to use different, how to make a room different. First of all, design. Yeah, but I think here the second advice should be first function. So about the story of Sherlock Holmes. So uh, your rooms have to be different in function. Like as I said, the first apartment of Sherlock Holmes, second laboratory. Like in the first, we have to find some I don't know info. In the second, we should use this info for in laboratory experiences to use that and so on. Yeah. So in our asylum, in the first room, they get an info how to about that patient that has been here before, that he gets out somehow and got out somehow, and they get the info how to get out. And in the second room, they get the info that something is wrong with that actually asylum. So, and they get the info about the doctor. So functions are really different, and I think this point have to be first. From the functions, you will understand how to what your rooms will be like. So and design. So another instruments how to change the atmosphere is background music. So at the moment they are opening the door to the second room, background music changes. Lights and smell. Lights, as I told you, like here, actually here you might not see, but the chandelier at the second room is like broken, so the lights are not so bright. Um, I don't know. In other escape room in Maniac theme, you can use first room the whole dark, second room like the lamp with small flashing and this kind of disturbing, yeah. Um, and the final room, I don't know, is okay. My thoughts. I will write a news tonight right now. Okay, smells. Just a simple instrument like in our asylum escape room. First room is smell like a hospital. So and there's a difference when you are came into the second room. Make your rooms different. It will be great for players. Okay, coming to the end. Number 8 advice, the short one. Uh, um, Puzzles must balance with the cost of escape room. That is like in two ways. First of all, remembering I was talking about the spaceship theme or I don't know kids theme fairy tale. There is not going okay no spaceship theme and imagine you build some kind of escape room and the puzzle is combination lock. What? Why is there combination lock in the spaceship? Not just about the style, as I told you before, yeah, but the cost of a puzzle. I mean, if you are doing spaceship, there has got to be some high tech there, and there has got to be puzzles of spaceship. So and also puzzles must balance with your budget. Um, you actually for that advice, you should look at our previous webinar. And I could tell you that right now that you should look through the market and see what you should do for you. Like if you have no escape rooms around, you are not going to build spaceship. It's not profitable because spaceship. I mean, it's quite an expensive thing, yeah. And do it when it is really a lot of other companies, and you have like unique idea of unique spaceship with real high tech, with UFO at the center of the room, which will fly and kill players. I don't know. In that that will be unique idea and your escape room on your market at I don't know big cities with a lot of escape rooms, Moscow, New York City, and some kind of like that will work. But if you are living in this small town with 5 escape rooms, you should balance on that. It's not. I hope I understand what I'm trying to say. You can ask us, write me the ideas you have and the city you are living in, and I will tell you what the ideas is working and what the ideas are working but not worth it. What ideas are not works at all. Okay, number 9 advice. We are getting to the final. Scenario must have a correct structure. This is just small things for scenario writers. Actually, at the beginning, players just starting the game, there is a simple puzzles needed, like to find something. I don't know, to put like as if you're using keys and some kind of simple locks. It should be at the beginning because imagine the situation if players just trying to solve the first puzzle and they stuck on that. This is the worst situation that might happen because like they will spend 15 minutes on the first puzzle, they won't get any emotions, they will be angry, it will be a really bad situation. So at the beginning, they just have to somehow be involved in the game. So they have to solve a few really simple puzzles. And at the end, at the final, um, don't not complicated. No, at the final there should be some kind of a culmination, some wow effects, something that will be memorable, something that will be your special thing of your escape room. Why players mm, will remember that and tell friends to came there, because and the end, the final 5 minutes, what will be in their memories. Um, Actually, I forgot to write here, but I will tell you now. This is about the first puzzles, yeah. Uh, to avoid this situation about stucking on the first, exactly first puzzle, use a few lines of uh, puzzles, few lines. So like you can solve that line, another one. For my advice is to use two, maximum three lines, because four or five it will be really much. So don't use that. Two is the better variant, maybe three at some ways. So, and at that situation, players won't stuck really on everything. And actually, if you in that situation, if you have few lines, there is a situation that players might like one player solving one puzzle, another one is for another puzzle, and everyone is involved at this situation. But there is a different situation that if I'm solving some puzzle and it is really cool and I just solved it and nobody of my players partners saw it, what I did, they would be a little bit sad. But uh, for cool puzzles, for like really cool stuff, do the puzzle that's in the moment that every player will be around. They will solve it together. So yeah, do a few lines, and in that case, you can see the picture here. Actually, this is a picture of mind map advice. This is a mind map of one of our scenarios. So it is a quite big scenario. So each orange box is a puzzle. So you could see here there is four rooms, a lot of puzzles, and when you like not even first, then you're writing, I don't know, your 20th scenario, you should do the mind map, because in somehow you might make a mistake and just forgot something, and I don't know, one line just will stuck somewhere and the other line will be on two ways or something kind of like that. So this is the structure of your whole escape room, the order of your puzzles, which they are going. And yeah, because we've been to escape rooms there, we solve the puzzle without solving previous, I don't know, two or three. So this is a big mistake in the scenario, actually. So because it shouldn't be in that way. Yeah, this is a good advice. Use mind maps in your work of writing a scenario. And the last advice, but one of the important one, the important one. Scenario should be described in details. So here I just put the list of one of our scenarios. Actually, yeah, you could see that there are a lot of pictures, schemes, I don't know, a lot of explanations. There is not just again repeating, not just a list of puzzles like I have 15 puzzles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there is a description of every furniture. I don't know, every like the common mistake that everyone thinking I'm writing for myself, I will come up with it later in the process. No, this is a biggest mistake, because really, if you will have a good scenario with really a lot of details at the process of building the escape room, you will save a lot of your time and a lot of your money, of course. So you will just know what colors of the walls to use, what ceiling. I know the description of every puzzle, the description of the furniture. I don't know, planning of your room. Do everything before to, as I said at the first, at the not first, the zero advice number zero. Scenario equals instruction how to do that. So use it. Uh, Make the whole instruction, and at the process of building your escape room, it will be much easier for you uh, to build it. You will save a lot of your time.